Hey, welcome back. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Appreciate your support. If you're enjoying the content, smash the like button. It helps out tremendously. As you know, it's a new channel, so I do appreciate that. Subscribe, hit that subscribe button, get us growing. Got to talk a little bit about the new Superman, the James Gunn Superman. James Gunn is absolutely James Gunn. Superman, absolutely iconic, maybe the most well-known, most beloved superhero of all time. And as you can see here, James Gunn's Superman to a billion. New report says it might have to. This is crazy. Warner Brothers and DC have put out flop after flop after flop, complete and total restructuring, put James Gunn in charge of DC, completely rebooting everything, got rid of Henry Cavill, getting rid of Gal Gadot, and on and on and on. And now they've put themselves in a position with the very first movie to launch the new DCU, DCEU, whatever you want to call it, the James Gunn DC. And they've made it almost a no-win situation. I mean, these numbers are absolutely crazy. Let's take a look at some of these numbers for what DC and Superman are going to have to do, and then we're going to take a look at box office projections as we close in on opening night, what they were and what they are as we get closer to the opening of the new DC Superman. So let's scroll on down. You've got to see these numbers. I mean, this just doesn't make any sense at all. A new report builds on previous claims about James Gunn's Superman budget, break-even number, and succession threshold, suggesting the new Man of Steel movie may actually need to crack the billion-dollar mark just to be considered a success. That is insane. Now we have budget dispute. James Gunn says 225 million. Documents filed with the city of Cleveland says 363.8 million. Big difference, right? Big difference. THR says a veteran financier says a 363 million figure isn't incorrect, which means it may involve tax breaks and stuff like that. But there's also been out, and this is not the only source that says that the marketing spend could hit 200 million. Okay, so let's say the budget is 225. The marketing is 200, 425 million. Okay, you're looking at roughly, depending on how much of it comes from overseas versus the states, because of the ticket price, revenue breakdown. But you're looking at roughly at least 850, maybe $900 million just for Superman to break even. And this is the launch of the DCU that could put the entire new DCU in jeopardy. That is absolutely insane. Yeah, see here, $900 million break even. That is crazy. There's no way to defend these budgets, one veteran financier told THR, questioning the financial sense behind such spending. Because when you get into the 700 million to 900 million break even point in regards to box office and ancillary revenue, it doesn't make any sense. Can it get there? Uh, First full trailer reportedly racked up over 250 million views, making it the most watched DC trailer in Warner Brothers history. But of course, that doesn't necessarily translate into box office. Now we had box office, that's what we can see here. Projections at the time, domestic opening of around 175 million, which would be huge. But let's see if that is still what we've got going on. Now, Superman box office projections plummet below initial expectations as DC and James Gunn brace for opening weekend. Now, you saw the number I just gave you, 175 million. Early outlook after that, so it was already ratcheted down right to 125 to 145 million, and now they are saying 90 to 125 million dollars depending on the source. That was once, it says here, low end projection. I think that was actually more the low end of the low end. That is absolutely crazy to see it plummeting that much. I mean, that's, you're talking about movies that were bombs that opened better. I think if we go back here, Thor: Love and Thunder 144, Batman hit 134, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which was also directed by Gunn, 118 million. Check this out. It's currently tracking below all three in first choice metrics. Even more concerning, Marvel's troubled Captain America: Brave New World had a 71% higher first choice rating than Superman at the same point in tracking, and that film still opened at just 88 $1.8 million. That is absolutely insane. So Superman could be in big, big trouble. James Gunn could be in big, big trouble going forward. I don't know what this means for other movies in DC and James Gunn and what they might change, but this is absolutely crazy that it could be like this. Now, of course, James Gunn has made a lot of mistakes, I think, in some of the stuff that he's shared and so forth. Talked about his version Superman wouldn't be overpowered, raising eyebrows among longtime fans who expect the Man of Steel to be super. And then you also had the stuff about, the social media stuff in terms of it. And I think the clip with him and Lois Lane, it was like the love of his life, who's always been supportive, and all the Supermans who just, that whole interview thing where she was really, really going at him hard, turned a lot of people off because they were like, this is not the Clark Kent Superman. This is not the Lois Lane Superman relationship that everyone knows and loves. And it just seemed off. It just seemed off. But so that, that may have something to do with it as well. So, and then finally, one more thing I'll leave you with. There was this where the whole, truth, justice, and the American way, that classic motto being replaced supposedly with the more globalist friendly, the human way. That could be a problem, at least with the American box office as well, because that is truth, justice, and the American way. Whether you like it or not, it is iconic Superman. And to take that out, because again, all you're doing here, James Gunn, is you're bringing politics into it and telling half the country that you don't like them. Well, that half the country, even though they love Superman, they might stay home and not watch you, because why would they want to? We've got to move on from this. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Superman is going to be a hit or a flop? Do you think it has a chance of even breaking even? Will it hit $1 billion? Let me know in the comments below. Appreciate you checking out this video. Smash the like button and subscribe if you get a chance, and I will talk to you later.